over 70 years old, but still have these 8 signs. Congratulations, you were born to live a long life. Close your eyes for a moment. You're 75, sipping tea on your porch. The sun warm on your face. Your knees bend easy. Your mind hums with yesterday's memories. Your heart beats steady. Aging, yes, but thriving too. Ever wonder what separates those who just grow old from those who live long, full, radiant lives past 70? It's not luck, it's signs, quiet gifts your body whispers if you're built to last. If you're over 70 or love someone who is, this isn't just a video, it's a celebration of your strength. I'm Dr. Clara Evans, and for 35 years, I've guided seniors through aging's winding road. Body, mind, spirit. I've seen some fade fast, others shine past 90, and the difference? Small, powerful signs of resilience. Today I'm unveiling 8 signs that say, congratulations, you were born to live a long life. These aren't myths, they're lessons from my clinic, my family, my heart. Stick with me. The last 2 signs are so subtle, they'll redefine your golden years. Hit subscribe, tap that bell. Let's honor your vitality, not just your years. Here we go. Steady steps, the longevity dance. Let's kick off with a rhythm that sings through your years. Steady steps, the longevity dance that keeps you moving strong, even at 78. Picture this. You're stepping out your door, maybe with a cane or just your own 2 feet. The air crisp, the ground firm beneath you. You walk a block, climb a few stairs, and there's no wobble, no gasp stealing your breath. I've marveled at this with my Uncle Ray. At 82, he still strolls his garden, his stride as sure as the sun rising, his hands brushing tomato vines with a quiet pride. But here's the gift that hums past 70. If your legs carry you steady, if your steps flow without faltering, congratulations. You're wired for a long, active life, a dancer in time's grand waltz. I met Grace, 76, a seamstress whose needle once flew through fabric like a bird in flight, her fingers threading stories into every hem. I walk every dawn, she told me one golden morning, her voice bright, her sneakers scuffing her porch steps with ease. Last summer, her daughter Lily pulled me aside, her eyes wide with awe. Mom's outpacing me, Dr. Clara. She's up to 6,000 steps a day now. Grace didn't sprint or stride hard, just slow, steady loops around her yard, her breath even, her heart humming along. Thought I'd slow down after 70, Lily said, her voice warm, a photo of Grace mid-step in her hand, her grin wide under a straw hat. No, Lily, that longevity dance was Grace's sign, her body whispering strength. In my 35 years as a geriatric counselor, I've seen this truth shine. Steady walking past 75 cuts your heart disease risk by 35%. Keeps your joints loose, your spirit soaring. Grace's legs didn't just carry her, they lifted her life step by step. Why does this mark you for a long haul? Aging tests the body's machinery. Muscles thin, circulation slows, bones brittle if you let them. But steady steps defy that fade. She used to limp after sewing all day, Lily told me, recalling Grace's early 70s, her knees stiff from hours bent over her machine. Now she's fluid, walks like she's 60. I've pored over studies. 5,000 steps daily, nothing marathon level, boosts blood flow, oils joints, and slashes fall wrist by 20%. Grace's heart pumped steady, her hips swung free, her osteoporosis fears a distant echo. Feel like I'm still me, she said, pausing to wave at a neighbor, her balance a quiet triumph. It's not speed, it's rhythm, the gentle beat of feet meeting earth, a dance that says you're here, alive, moving forward. We didn't push Grace hard, just nurtured her groove. Start easy, I told Lily. 10 minutes around the house, a chair nearby if she wavered. Grace huffed. I'm no invalid, but laced her shoes, her pace a soft shuffle at first. Weeks turned, 2, 3, 7. One July dusk I visited, she was circling her roses. 20 minutes in, her steps sure, her cheeks pink. Legs don't quit now, she laughed, Lily trailing with a watering can, her pride glowing. Thought I'd be stuck indoors, Grace added, her hands steady, her dance unbroken. She wasn't racing, she was living, each step a note in her long life song. You can join this dance too. Check. Can you walk a block? Stairs feel okay? That's your sign. Don't overdo it. I tried with Uncle Ray, pushing an hour, only to see him wince. Spent. Start small. My trick's 10 minutes out the door. A playlist humming, maybe birdsong if you're rural. Build slow. Add 5 minutes weekly. Feel your stride firm. Rest if you tire. Ray's bench by the sheds, his pit stop. A sip of water waiting. Grace's garden blooms and yours can too. Steady, strong, dancing long. Clear recall, the memory keeper. Next, let's cherish clear recall, the memory keeper that holds your story tight even at 80. Imagine this. You're at the breakfast table, maybe with your spouse or alone, and you name your grandkids without a pause, recount last week's lunch with a chuckle, or find your keys without a hunt. I've treasured this with my Grandma Sue. At 87, she recited poems from her school days, her voice a soft lilt, her eyes twinkling as if she were 17 again. But here's the treasure that glints past 70. If your mind stays sharp, if your recall snaps clear, congratulations, you're built to endure, a keeper of your own long, rich tale. I met Henry, 81, a retired teacher whose chalk-dusted hands once shaped young minds, his lessons echoing through decades. Still grade papers in my head, he grinned one rainy afternoon, his voice steady, his glasses perched as he flipped through an old textbook. His son Tom nodded beside him, pride in his eyes. He remembers every student, Dr. Clara, names, faces, even their essays. Henry's daily ritual, crosswords over coffee, chats with Tom about history, kept his brain alight, his wit quick as ever. Thought it'd fade after retirement, Tom said, holding a photo of Henry lecturing, his grin wide, his classroom alive. No, Tom, that memory keeper was Henry's crown, his mind whispering resilience. In my 35 years, I've seen this glow. Mental agility past 75 slashes Alzheimer's risk by 40%, anchors independence, lifts joy. Henry's recall didn't just store facts, it held his life, vivid and whole. Why does this mark you for longevity? Aging nibbles at the brain, neurons thin, blood flow dips, fog creeps if you let it, but clarity fights back. He'd forget where he parked, Tom recalled of Henry's early 70s, a flicker of worry in his tone. Now he recites dates like a calendar. I've studied it. Daily mental sparks, reading, talking, boost brain oxygen, knit new pathways. Henry's tales of 1960s classrooms flowed, his laughter sharp, his Alzheimer's fears a distant shadow. Feel like I'm still teaching? He said, tapping a pencil, his mind a library unshaken. It's not genius, it's use. The gentle hum of thought keeping time at bay. We didn't overload Henry, just fed his spark. Keep it light, I told Tom. A newspaper page daily, a story swapped over tea. Henry shrugged. I'm no scholar, but tried, his crosswords growing tougher, his chats longer. Weeks passed. 2, 3, 7. One crisp morning, I stopped by. He was quizzing Tom on capitals, his voice firm, his recall crisp. Mine's still mine, he chuckled, Tom beaming beside him, a notebook of their talks in hand. Thought he'd drift, Tom said, his relief warm. He didn't. His keeper held, his long life etched clear. You can guard this treasure too. Test. Can you name your kids' birthdays? Recall yesterday? That's your sign. Don't strain. I pushed Grandma Sue with trivia, only to see her frown. Tired. Try easy. My go-to's a morning headline, a chat about old movies with my sister. Play light. Crosswords, a poem memorized. Feel your mind snap awake. Rested. Sue's naps kept her sharp, not drained. Henry's lessons linger and yours can too. Clear, bright, keeping long. Strong bite, the Nourish Root. Now let's savor a strong bite, the Nourish Root that feeds your life well, even at 74. Picture this. You're at lunch, maybe with friends or solo, biting into an apple, sipping soup, no wince of pain. I've admired this in my Aunt May. At 79, she crunched carrots daily, her grin a beacon of health. Here's the root that anchors past 70. If your teeth hold firm, if your gums stay steady, congratulations. You're primed for a long, vibrant haul. I met Rose, 77, a cook whose stews were family legend, her kitchen warm with spice. No dentures yet, she boasted one autumn day, her voice rich, her spoons stirring a pot of lentils. Her daughter Jane smiled beside her. She eats everything, doctor. Clara, meat, greens, bread. Rose's twice daily brushing, her flossing ritual, kept her gums pink, her bite fierce. Nutrients flowed, her immunity stood tall. Thought she'd weaken after Dad passed, Jane said, her eyes soft, a photo of Rose dishing stew in hand. No, Jane, that nourishing root was Rose's base, her body whispering vigor. In my 35 years, I've seen it. Oral health past 70 cuts infection risk by 25%, fuels energy, keeps frailty at bay. Rose's meals didn't just fill her, they fortified her, bite by bite. Why you? Easy Flow, the body balance. Let's ease into Easy Flow, the body balance that runs smooth, even at 82. Can you use the bathroom without strain? Sleep through without a dash? My dad, 84, never rushed. His systems purred like a well-tuned clock. Here's the harmony that sings past 70. If your bladder and bowels cooperate, congratulations. You're set for a long, steady ride. I met Tom, 80, a farmer whose fields thrived, his hands calloused from decades. No leaks here, he chuckled one sunny noon, his voice deep, his overalls dusty. His wife Beth nodded. He's steady as ever, doctor. Clara, up at dawn, no fuss. Tom ate fiber, oats, apples, drank 2 liters of water daily, keeping his kidneys clear, his rhythm intact. Thought it'd falter after 75, Beth said, her relief soft, a snapshot of Tom hoeing in hand. No, Beth, that Easy Flow was his frame, his body whispering peace. In my 35 years, I've noted it. Balanced systems past 75 signal resilience. Toxins flush, inflammation fades, health holds firm. Why you? Aging slows digestion, kidneys tire, bowels stall, but habits keep the balance. He'd skip water once, Beth recalled of Tom's 70s, worry in her eyes. Now he's a fountain. Studies I've read show hydration, fiber cut infection risk by 20%, preserve energy. Tom's nights stayed calm, his days free of strain. Feel like I'm still planting seasons, he said, his step sure, his flow a quiet strength. We kept it light. More greens? I told Beth. Prunes, a glass by his chair. Tom grinned. Simple enough. And sipped steady, his morning smooth. Weeks rolled. 2, 3, 6. One dawn, he showed me his rouse. His ease clear, Beth smiling behind. Still ticking, he said, his balance unbroken. You can flow it. Eat fiber, drink up. Don't hold back. Feel your harmony hum. Vital beat, the life pulse. Next vital beat, the life pulse that powers you even at 76. Can you breathe deep, walk without puffing? My mom, 83, sang hymns, her chest full, her voice a melody. Here's the rhythm that thumps past 70. If your heart and lungs thrive, congratulations. You're crafted for a long, vibrant life. I met Marge, 79, a hiker whose trails wound through hills, her boots worn with love. Still got air, she said one crisp fall day, her breath steady, her poles clicking. Her son Paul grinned. She's unstoppable, doctor. Clara, climbs slow but sure. Marge's 15-minute stretches, fresh air walks, kept her pulse strong, her lungs open, stroke risk down 30%. Thought she'd tire, Paul said, his awe warm, a photo of Marge summit high in hand. No, Paul, that vital beat was her boon, her body whispering endurance. In my 35 years, I've seen it. Cardio health past 70 extends years, fuels joy. Why you? Aging tests the core. Heart weakens, lungs shrink, but care sustains. She'd pant once, Paul recalled of Marge's 60s, concern in his voice. Now she sings uphill. Research confirms. Light exercise boosts oxygen flow, cuts heart strain. Marge's breath flowed, her spirit soared. Feel alive out there, she said, her vitality a steady drum. We eased it in. Stretch daily, I told Paul. Deep breaths, a park loop. Marge huffed. I'm fine, but stretched, her chest wide. Weeks grew, 2, 3, 6. One day she hiked a ridge, her pulse firm, Paul trailing. Still beating, she laughed, her life pulsing strong. You can pulse it, breathe slow, walk light, feel your rhythm lift. Gentle motion, the active spark. Now gentle motion, the active spark that keeps you lit, even at 81. Can you stretch, garden? Move without pain? My neighbor Ed, 85, raked leaves, his back straight, his whistle sharp. Here's the glow that shines past 70. If you stay lightly active, congratulations, you're destined to shine long. I met Ellen, 78, a dancer whose sway graced rooms, her steps soft but sure. Keeps me young, she said one spring evening, her skirt twirling, her smile bright. Her niece Sue beamed. She's spry, Dr. Clara, dances daily. Ellen's yoga, 20-minute walks, cut diabetes risk, kept her weight steady, her spark alive. Thought she'd stop, Sue said, her joy warm, a video of Ellen swaying in hand. No, Sue. That active spark was her star, her body whispering resilience. In my 35 years, I've tracked it. Motion past 75 boosts health, wards off decline. Why you? Aging stiffens, joints creak, energy dips, but movement frees. She'd sit stiff, Sue said of Ellen's 70s, worry in her tone. Now she flows. Studies show gentle activity trims cholesterol, lifts mood. Ellen's grace lasted, her days bright. Feel like I'm still 50, she said, her spark undimmed. We kept it gentle. Stretch easy, I told Sue. Chair lifts, a yard stroll. Ellen nodded, no sweat, and moved, her sway smooth. Weeks passed, 2, 3, 6. One night she danced for us, her spark glowing, Sue clapping. Still shining, she grinned, her life lit. You can spark it, stretch, stroll, feel your glow burn. Bright soul, the joy flame. Let's warm to bright soul, the joy flame that lifts you even at 77. Do you laugh, hope, connect? My cousin Lila, 88, giggled at birds, her spirit a light breeze. Here's the fire that blazes past 70. If your heart stays cheerful, congratulations. You're born to burn long. I met Jack, 82, a storyteller whose tales lit rooms, his voice a spark. Life's good, he said one winter dusk, his laugh rich, his chair creaking. His daughter Anne nodded. He's our son, doctor. Clara, always bright. Jack's chats, grandkid hugs, slashed illness risk, joy his shield. Thought he'd fade, Anne said, her warmth soft, a recording of Jack's story in hand. No, Anne, that bright soul was his force, his body whispering strength. In my 35 years, I've seen it. Optimism past 75 heals, extends days. Why you? Aging dims, grief weighs, but joy reignites. He'd brood once, Anne said of Jack's 70s, her eyes soft. Now he shines. Research links positivity to immunity boosts, faster healing. Jack's laughter rang, his spirit full. Feel like I've got decades, he said, his flame high. We fueled it. Talk more, I told Anne. Family calls, a bird feeder. Jack grinned, easy joy, and laughed, his soul aglow. Weeks grew, 2, 3, 6. One day he told a tale, his fire bright, Anne teary. Still burning, he winked, his life warm. You can flame it, connect, smile, feel your joy soar. Own care, the dignity crown. Finally own care, the dignity crown that lifts you, even at 83. Can you dress, eat, bathe alone? My grandpa Joe, 90, tied his shoes, his hands slow but proud. Here's the glory that reigns past 70. If you manage yourself, congratulations. You're crowned for a long, worthy life. I met Rose, 84, a painter whose canvases glowed, her kitchen hers alone. "I've got this," she said one fall morn, her brush steady, her apron tied. Her son Mark grinned. "She's fierce, doctor." Clara cooks solo. Rose's routines, simple, steady, kept her free, her spirit tall. "Thought she'd need us," Mark said, his pride warm, a painting of hers in hand. "No, Mark, that own care was her claim, her body whispering independence. In my 35 years, I've noted it. Self-reliance past 75 predicts vibrant years. Why you? Aging challenges, strength wanes, but will wins." "She'd fumble once," Mark said of Rose's 70s, concern in his voice. "Now she rules." Studies show autonomy boosts confidence, health. Rose's art flowed, her dignity high. "Feel like I'm still me," she said, her crown shining. We eased it. "Keep it yours," I told Mark. Small tasks, a stool nearby. Rose nodded, no fuss, and cooked, her pace sure. Weeks ticked, 2, 3, 6. One day she painted for me, her hands firm, Mark beaming. "Still queen," she smiled, her life hers. "You can crown it. Dress slow, eat proud, feel your dignity rise. Here's your gift. These signs, dance, keeper, root, balance, pulse, spark, flame, crown, aren't just luck. They're proof you're built to last. Steps, recall, bite, flow, beat, motion, soul, care. 8 lights of a long life. Nurture them and shine on. Comment your favorite sign like subscribe. Let's keep your fire burning together."